Again, I'm Chris Wiley. I'm the co-founder of Tasty Equity along with my brother Pete Wiley. And we're excited this month to announce that we've reached 500 investors. We paused our offering back in, when COVID hit. We relaunched both guns blazing in July, and most of these investors have joined us since July. Technically, we're at 600. You'll see in just a minute. So let's step through what we're going to cover today. 4 topics in about 15 minutes. The fast casual market segment you've heard me talk about month after month is thriving. Perversely, COVID has been good, and for us, it's about capturing market share, while some other restaurant brands are not faring so well. We'll touch on our 500th investor announcement and how we're bringing in about 90 new applications a week. For those of you who joined through your phone, doing the mobile ads or email announcements, that's how everybody joins us. Next up in our plans strategically is how our 3-generation restaurant family is now involved in another brand. My brother Ray created Wileys Wings, Tenders, and Fries. I'll give you a primer on that. The first restaurant opens here I believe in December, and we are excited to be able to franchise those locations along with Hothead Burritos and Rapid Fire Pizza. And then I'm going to talk for a minute about Inspire Brands and their acquisition of Dunkin' Donuts. It's the latest example of what we are trying to achieve as a store development company for now raised 3 brands. We're arm's length from the franchisor. Our business is to help area developers and franchisees build restaurants. And within 3 years, we want to achieve the size and scale that attracts people like Inspire Brands to co-invest with us. I'll talk about at the end here why when that type of opportunity comes up, it creates the opportunity for you folks as our investors to cash in on some or all of your investment. But first, let's touch on this. Technavio is a data analysis company in the hospitality and restaurant industry. They literally published this just a couple months ago. I think it was before June. The fast casual market, which has grown at more than 9% year over year since 2011, that's 3 times the rate of any other restaurant industry or segment, is forecasted to increase that rate of growth to 12% compound year over year growth. We are smack in the middle of fast casual. Fast casual are those brands really started by Subway. Nobody really gives them credit, but Chipotle then took it to the next level with their farm to table concept. Any restaurant where you walk down the line, pick out the items, tell the crew how you want your meal assembled, and get it fast and fresh, made before your eyes, really defines the fast casual market segment. It's a big growth ahead. We are part of it. And the market leaders, I'm citing these 2 public companies because their data is published every quarter. Wingstop literally has a 25% same-store year-over-year sales growth. That is unheard of. I don't care what brand you are, beating last year by 5% is amazing. 10% is a miracle. They beat last year on a same-store basis by 25%, and they're crediting that really their digital sales, online orders and sales, which includes third-party delivery and mobile ordering, to now 62% of the business. Chipotle, similarly, if you guys follow any of the public reporting and companies, they literally have had amazing numbers quarter over quarter. And like us, they were high percentage carryout. And when I say us, our Hothead Burritos brand, today they say that their digital sales are 48.8% of sales. So people ordering on their phone with their thumbs, and then half of those people are getting them delivered. We aren't quite that high. I'm going to show you in a minute where we are, but it's growing steadily, and that off-premise business is really important. But the market's thriving, these market leaders are thriving, and we're following right in their footsteps. Since the pandemic hit, we've had over $1 million in sales in our 4 restaurants, our 2 Hothead Burritos and Rapid Fire Pizzas combined, which are our pilots for our overall project. More than 100,000 burritos and pizzas have been sold. Our sales of food are tracking the way the stock markets look. In the upper right-hand corner, you see the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones chart. You see our sales chart here in the bottom. This is compared against last year. Our Hothead Burritos, which are very high percentage carryout, are rivaling last year's numbers, not beating them 25% like some of the bigger brands, but we're right up there with last year. Our Rapid Fire Pizza brands are 70 to 80% of sales, and that's because half of our tables are not available, and they are heavily dine-in restaurants. People still today go to pizza to eat as a group. So really what we're focusing on is growth of that off-premise sales. That is sales where the food is not eaten in the restaurant. Our total off-premise, you can see on the left, the hothead chart, it's grown every year. This year we've hit almost 90% off-premise, obviously because you couldn't eat in the dining rooms for a month or two, but now you can. It's still very high carryout. And the green area, you can see the emergence of third-party delivery as Grubhub and Uber Eats and DoorDash finally came to the big small town markets where we operate. Those are markets of less than 500,000 people. Rapid Fire Pizza has the same sort of trajectory, but even now that it's very high percentage of sales, it's 60% of sales. So our stores are more impacted by not being able to use their tables, but we're excited about this growth. We see it continuing to grow. And even with, vaccines on the way and remedies for COVID, we believe that this propensity to carry out the food, to do curbside pickup, to have it delivered by a third party is going to continue to grow. Now, transitioning back to our 500th investor announcement, it turns out we have 600 investors now in 49 states. That literally includes 3 other countries, but today we just have 1 state left where we have not secured an investor. I'm sure that will happen soon enough. Now, those 50 states where you guys, as our investors, are investing with us together, cover all the states where we have area development teams that we partner with at Rapid Fire Pizza and Hothead Burritos. Those area developers have a mission. They are well-capitalized real estate developers and restaurant development companies who sign up to take a state or a part of a state, like South Florida, for example, and Louis, who runs that team, their mission is develop South Florida. They are willing to co-invest with us 50-50 to build stores faster. And all we need is 10 of those area developers, of which there's almost 20 in 15 states. We just need 10 of them to partner with us on 1 store per year to achieve our goal, which is to open 10 or start 10 new projects per year. And what's really important is they are the local boots on the ground. They are the people that know that local market. We provide the back office, we provide capitalization, banking, finance, HR, reporting, analysis, what I call the remote control store features, but they are on the ground to train the crews and operate the stores and inspect them. Now, next up for us is Wily Wings, Tenders, and Fries. This is my brother Ray. He created Hothead Burritos in 2007. He created Rapid Fire in 2015. Obviously, we're the store development company that's partnering with them to help franchisee and area developers build both brands. Now we're going to have an opportunity to include Wileys Wings, Tenders, and Fries. It is born in the tradition of Buffalo Wild Wings. It's not a big sports bar like BW3, but it's the same menu with twice as many sauces. Just like when Ray developed Hothead and Rapid Fired, we created mass variety as compared to Chipotle or as compared to Blaze and Mod in the pizza space. Now you'll be able to enjoy that same menu. And this is in the same space that you've seen Raising Cane's rocket in growth across the nation, almost 500 stores in the last 5 years, as I understand it. Raising Cane's, it came to even our community in Dayton. They do great business. It's this menu, and we are going head-to-head with them. We're going to take them on. It's a new opportunity for us. This is part of our 3-generation restaurant family, where my father was one of the first 5 people at Pizza Hut, and as we were growing up, we lived through that time when Pizza Hut went through its initial public offering back in '68, and uncles of mine became millionaires. Literally, it created a huge family of people, went on to build many other brands. Dad and I and Ray got together, and Pete was just a kid then, and we built out Skyline Chili locations, standardized their model, helped them prepare for their IPO, and then sold back all the stores when they went public back in 1989. Almost 20 years went by from the conclusion of that before Ray had been in the Subway system 20 years, and he created Hothead Burritos, and then a couple of years later, Rapid Fire Pizza, and now, of course, Wileys Wings, Tenders, and Fries. The reason we created Tasty Equity is so that you in the public and our fans and patrons and folks speculating on this industry can invest with us. Our mission is to be the store development business, just like the one behind McDonald's, right? McDonald's has a franchising company, it has a store development company that builds the buildings and owns the land. That's our mission, is to build those restaurants with the franchisees, and now we can do it for all three brands. Again, we grew up through the IPO cycle with Pizza Hut. We lived it as grown-ups with Skyline Chili, and now down the road, maybe Ray goes public, maybe he doesn't. That's his business. What we're focused on is growing the brand and growing the store count. Our mission right now, our goal is to initiate 10 new projects per year. And now we have 3 brands to do it with, which means we can build 3 kinds of restaurants in the same town. We can build more stores faster with the same area developers and franchisees without them having to go as far. And if we stay on track, I mentioned that, we are getting about 90 applications per week for folks who want to buy our shares. That's awesome. Folks like you are becoming part of the family. If we can keep that on track, that'll help us generate as much as $100,000 a month in capital to put towards these projects. As we say in our ad, for every $200,000 we raise, we can build a new restaurant. But we only need $100,000 if we're partnering with an area developer. With those partnerships I showed you in the gold states, we believe we can get up to 10 restaurants operational in 2021, building on the 4 that we have today, then get up to 20 operational in 2022. And by 2023, just 3 years out, we should be at around 30 restaurants operational. Again, our mission is to be the largest operator of restaurants in partnership with area developers and franchisees. And at that point, the brand should be approaching 200 units, which is that's sort of the emergence. That's the debutante ball for big regional brands becoming national brands. And that's when the institutionals start to get interested. We believe we're going to attract people like Inspire Brands. I don't know Inspire. I do know the folks at Darden. I know folks at Corlex Capital. This is the latest in the big institutional fund deals where Inspire, which already owned Arby's, already invested in Jimmy John's, already owned Sonic and Rusty Taco and Buffalo Wild Wings, they took the big leap to invest in Dunkin' Donuts. Reportedly, per CSP Daily News, it's an $11 billion transaction. Now, we're not on that scale, but these transactions happen very regularly. I can show you several years of these events. Almost every year, there's a big transaction like this. Sonic was a classic one by Rourke Capital. JB Holdings is aggregating up all the Panera. We know some Pizza Hut family friends who had 100 Panera Breads. They sold into that transaction. Popeyes was picked up by RBI. Jimmy John's is much like, I think, my brother Ray's dream, which is Ray runs the franchisors. He's a co-founder and CEO. He doesn't want to sell the company. He wants to take on institutional investment when the time is right to continue growing. And John Latond, who formed Jimmy John's, he is still the CEO. He still controls a third of the company. Our goal is to build the business for years and years to come and do it ultimately attracting institutional investors, because when they invest, it creates an opportunity for you to cash in on some or all of your investment. There are more than 100 investors that buy into restaurant brands. Down here at the bottom, there are 35 brands who have one brand. 35 investment groups have one. Up at the top, there's about 6 investment brands that have 20 or more brands. Again, we know a lot of these people firsthand. We network with these folks. They are all watching to see us hit that magic number of a couple hundred stores. And our goal at Tasty Equity is to be the largest investor and operator of stores once that type of attraction is created. Now, the way to get there, it's all about getting more and more investors in the boat. You guys have obviously seen our ads. Most people have been responding to the rapid fire ad with the people jumping up in the air. That's a big crew and a grand opening. We got a recent photograph of a store that was just upgraded, remodeled. You notice they have masks on this time. This is one of our hothead it's not one of my hothead stores. It's a corporate store just remodeled. But these are the ads people are responding to. When you see these ads, now that you're an investor with us, please share them. Like them with a smiley face or a thumbs up. Promote them to your friends or your professional network if you think that's the right thing to do. And at least follow us on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, wherever you do that sort of thing. The more you follow us, the more you share, the more investors will come into the program faster and faster, and maybe we'll be able to exceed our goal of 10 locations per year. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being an investor. We're super excited. We were announcing our 500th investor this month. And by the time we got to the event preparation last night, we have over 600 investors. And we look forward to growing every single month together and achieving our goals next year. Let's make some money together. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.